back to the Building a Modern Employer Brand podcast. As you know, my name is Susanna Rantanen, and this podcast is for those who want to learn how to use branding, marketing, and communications in the HR industry. Now, each year, I go through the social media trend analysis from various trustworthy sources and create my findings for us talent marketers working in employer branding and recruitment marketing with employees and job seekers as our target audiences. And it's now time to learn about the key social media predictions for 2023. In this episode, we will dig together into what I believe will be the hottest trends in social media HR marketing this year. And I've created you 10 trends that I recommend you keep an eye on, learn more about, and really encourage you to implement at least some of these into your talent marketing plans this year so that you can grow your overall talent marketing impact and really just get more out of the investment and resources that you are allocating to both employer branding and talent marketing. So let's jump directly into these 10 key social media trends for 2023 that I really encourage you to watch in talent marketing. And number one is, of course, short form video content, because this will for sure dominate in 2023. So when we talk about short form videos, we have to talk about TikTok, because quite literally it was TikTok, this social media platform, that really managed to push the short form content into this number one social media trend in 2023. And with the short form video wave, TikTok will also dominate as the most intriguing social media this year in 2023. And as I've said to you for many weeks now, get on it. The good thing about TikTok is that you can quite easily share your videos that you've created on TikTok platform on Instagram as Reels, on YouTube as Shorts, and on LinkedIn, just simple short form video posts, as long as you share the download, not the link. I also recommend you to check out my podcast episode 127 from last week, as that episode focuses on short form video, and you may get some value out of it that you haven't got about short form videos yet if you didn't listen to last week's episode. Okay, moving on to trend number 2, from solely trending content to original content. So what this trend means is that less copy-paste and more original will be the direction for you in your content creation in 2023. Now, suppose you are an avid Instagram and TikTok user, at least as a viewer. In that case, you are familiar with the huge trend from last year where content creators began versioning existing content from other users and just creating their own versions. It was so easy, so lovely. Now, TikTok introduced us to this trending music, sounds, and dance moves. And when you created your own versions from those trending content, chances were that your post would also benefit from the viral waves of those trends. Now, the more users recreated the same content over and over again, the more viewers grew bored. And that's why it is natural to take this shift from less trending and more original content production. However, using trending content is still a good tactic. Just don't rely on it 100% any longer, and just start creating your original content as well. A new trend number 3 is casual off-the-cut content. Now, perhaps you've noticed a recent short-form video trend, for example, podcasts, where the video is a casual cut-off from a recording of that podcast episode. The podcaster is not talking to the camera. Instead, the camera records them talking on the mic. And these clips are a great example of casual off-the-cut content. Then to trend number 4. User-generated content, USG, is becoming very popular with brands. And I picked this trend for you because anything that becomes very popular with brands is likely to, be popular with employer branding as well. At least somehow we should try to leverage that kind of wave, that kind of a trend in employer branding. And that's why I think it's essential content format in our employer branding toolbox. Now, let's not allow this fancy term confuse us. We are talking about your employer brand marketing, letting your employees create content for you and then post it on your employer brand profile or tag your company account when sharing their content in their own profiles. And I've mentioned this before in this podcast, but if you don't have any employees willing to become social media ambassadors for your employer brand for whatever reason, and not necessarily anything negative at all behind that, why not consider offering a part-time opportunity, for example, for a student to do this for you, or hire an intern as your talent marketing UGC creator? This is what consumer brands have done for years with influencers, so we can do it too. Later.com has a really good YouTube video to explain what a UGC, user-generated content creator, is. And I'll put the link to the show notes article at modernemployersbrand.com/podcast128 for you, because I just think that that's a really good clip for you to watch. Trend number 5 is YouTube Shorts. And I think that YouTube Shorts will become part of your talent marketing media mix. For many years, there was literally no point for us telemarketers to create and share videos on YouTube. I always said this to our clients that there's just simply no point for you to create one video and post it on YouTube, because the YouTube culture is very different to the types of videos employers and organizations tend to make. And video creation is a very expensive activity without much value add unless you can do it consistently. Now, that's no longer really the case when it comes to short form videos, because with the arrival of YouTube Shorts, we can return or start with YouTube as our employer brand marketing media. And I am going to speak to you about YouTube Shorts sometime in the near future, that because I've also recently sort of started my own channel on YouTube where I'm testing YouTube Shorts. And by the way, I go there by the same handle as on TikTok and Instagram, which is at Rantanen Susanna, RANTANENSUSANNA. And with my very minuscule audience so far, I'm obviously desperate to get followers. So, please follow me on YouTube as well. Trend number 6, LinkedIn is re-emerging for content creators. Now, apparently, my sources tell me that organic engagement is pulling content creators back to LinkedIn. Now, I think that this is probably a very well-received news for us in the HR industry, because obviously LinkedIn has been our go-to social media since, Columbus found America, I feel. So, of course, we wonder, what's the difference this time? Now, marketing experts are taking on LinkedIn and wanting to, use the organic engagement to build their authority on LinkedIn as content creation and social media marketing influencers. And this is very similar to what I've been talking to you about, becoming a magnetic source of information as a recruiter, for example, and building your profile as a career influencer aside your HR role, your employer brand marketing role, or your talent acquisition role. So literally, content creation and social media marketing experts are adopting a role as an influencer building their authority, and they're doing this now on LinkedIn. So I'm looking really forward being able to follow more content marketing and social media experts also on LinkedIn, and get inspiration from how they leverage LinkedIn in their work. And obviously I'll be sure to share all of that with you as well. Then to trend number 7, adding SEO to your Instagram and TikTok content. SEO refers to search engine optimization. Now, I want to ask you that, did you know that instead of Google, the Gen Z uses TikTok and Instagram for searches? I mentioned this in one of my previous episodes about TikTok, where I specifically talked about the trend on TikTok where recruiters have been taking TikTok as their vehicle. So during the pandemic, many Gen Zs used TikTok to search for open jobs. So what this social media trend means is that when we create our content and when we create our social media posts, and especially the captions for the social media posts, we need to make sure that we search engine optimize our posts with relevant keywords to help our posts get discovered by users who are going on TikTok, going on Instagram, to look for that kind of information that we share on our post. Trend number 8, the creator economy will blossom, and you should definitely ride on this trend as an expert yourself. Now, according to Sprout Social, creator and influencer viewership will hit this, I don't even comprehend how many, will hit 10 trillion views each month across all platforms in 2023. In 2022, influencer content was already watched 13.2 times more than media and brand content. Media refers to news outlets. Brand content refers to consumer brand content. So influencer content was watched 13.2 times more than the content shared by news sources and consumer brands. So what I want you to pick from here is that, first of all, don't let the word influencer confuse you, because I know that your mind immediately takes you to social media influencers that are working for consumer brands. Instead of thinking lifestyle influencer, for example, think of yourself as an industry expert, an expert in your own field. Think of yourself as a potential opinion leader in the area of information and expertise that you know a lot about. Think about the employees that work for your organization and their expertise and their sort of background that could support building them as opinion leaders for your organization. Now, I'm a content creator and influencer in branding, marketing, and communications for people like you in the HR industry. When we put our personal authority and credibility on the messages that we send and share, it is 13.2 times more appealing to our audiences than when you post the same message under your company's brand and behind the logo, or when I do it under my agency's brand and logo. So think about it. The creator economy will be heavily trending this year and beyond. I think this is literally the time for you now to consider how you can build your profile, your career, your authority, your credibility as in your role as a career influencer of your choice. Trend number 9 is probably something that you will quite enjoy, because we are talking about employee advocacy that is hitting the trend wheel in 2023. Now, what a perfect gateway to trend number 9 brought by Sprout Social, because employee advocacy will become a trend again. I mean, it's been coming for many years, but without much success. What you want to learn from the first wave of employee advocacy, roughly 10, 11 years ago, is that your employees are unlikely to want to share your company's content if your company content sucks. So make sure that the content that you ask them to share is of quality and is of interest and curiosity, and it's just relevant to their audiences. They're not going to advocate your company needs and requirements. It's not something that people want to share for their audiences because it's not something that anybody wants to see. So your employees are also, they can be unlikely or they can be likely to have the time to create content. So you want to make them that time and guide them forward in creating that content on your behalf as the employer. The best way to achieve value at employee advocacy is to make sure that it benefits both parties. And this is something that we coach and help our clients with quite often. And then to our final trend, number 10. Brands talking about sustainability will change. I also picked this trend from Sprout Social's blog, and I am literally welcoming this trend with my open arms. I'm so happy to hear that this green hushing is picking up and brands are becoming more mindful of what they call sustainability and how much marketing attention sustainability even gets when there isn't much to brag about, or we are talking about just green casting basic level of expectation standards of being a good corporate citizen and employer, like we were inventing the light bulb again. It's kind of passé to have to pinpoint something so much that should be kind of obvious, should be in your DNA, should be in your basic practices, that it makes it all sound kind of make-believe. I think we can do with these 10 trends. There's quite a lot to digest with these already. I think you agree. But before I let you go, I want to tell you something. So we've now launched a new hybrid program for in-house recruiters that is called Instant Employer Brand Accelerator. This is a 12-week program where you literally combine it all. You get online training, you get personalized coaching, individual coaching, and sparring online as you actually design an employer branding element to be integrated in your recruitment process. At the end of the program, you should be ready to start implementing your employer brand development area to your recruitment process and start accelerating your employer brand awareness recruitment process by recruitment process. The pilot project kicks on in February 2023, and I can take maximum 10 in-house recruiters on board and just one per organization so that there's availability for a total of 10 organizations. We already have a couple of seats booked, so there's few left. So if you want to get on board on this pilot program, which is going to be a cheaper investment for your employer than if you participate on the normal round, you should go to our website at emine.fi/instant employer score brand score accelerator. But it's easier for you to find this page if you just go to my Instagram bio, links at Rantanen Susanna for more information. I'll put it also on the show notes article, or just simply DM me on LinkedIn, Instagram, or TikTok and just ask me what was this link, and I will let you know. So what I want to emphasize on this, that this is not a typical or the regular online training. This is a process development program where you actually start developing employer branding integrations to your existing recruitment process during this 12-week period. We'll make you a plan and set you some goals for this 12-week period, and you'll get your own coach who will individually coach you and spar you over this 12-week period to help you develop what you wanted to develop. And then at the end of this program, you are ready to start implementing. And there are some learning areas for you as well, but it's not just about teaching you. It's literally, put your hands in the dirt and doing it. Alrighty, so that's all for this week's my friends. Come back next week for more branding, marketing, and communications juice to keep you going with employer branding, recruiting, and personal branding. My name is Susanna Rantanen, and I teach branding, marketing, and communications for the HR industry professionals who want to build a successful career and get the life you deserve. Moi moi!